Dictation number SV12040. Get ready. Start. Replying to the debate in Parliament, the Honorable Minister of State for Agriculture said, I am thankful to you and all the Honorable members for showing me indulgence to continue my speech. I was touching the point that the food situation in the country is being depicted by some friends as very unsatisfactory. One member went to the extent of saying that food has been bungled. I would like to humbly submit that this assessment is not correct. Therefore, I would like to make a very humble submission for the kind consideration of the honorable members. Today, I am going to be extremely frank and I would like to take the House into confidence in regard to the food situation so that no unnecessary misunderstanding remains either in the House or in the country in regard to the facts as far as they related to the food situation. The food situation in this country has to be understood and appreciated in the broad context. Now, some friends have been saying that everything is wrong. Unfortunately, our friend is not present here. He thinks that planning is wrong, that the whole approach to agriculture is wrong. But in all humility, I would say that he only said something which was motivated by policies and he did not really touch upon the basic aspects of the food problem. All the same, I would like to deal with some of the points raised by him also. I was submitting that when we compare the situation of previous years, we can say that we shall be in a better position to understand whether the government of India has really managed the food situation of the country in a better way or not. Now I was making a statement that the price index was so steep and that too when we have imported very substantial quantities. I was referring to this aspect that the government really deserve a word of appreciation from all the honorable members irrespective of the political issues. This year, despite such a serious setback in agriculture, the government had managed the food situation of this country without imports so far. From the past 10 years, population increase have been of the order of 15%. I wish to observe that population growth in this country is increased at such a fast rate that it is having some adverse impact on the food situation. When we take into consideration the increased growth rate, then what would be the additional requirement of food grains? According to calculations, it comes to the order of 13 million tons. This is an important factor which must be taken into consideration. The House knows how the production potential of food grains has been built up by government efforts during the last 5 years. This is due to the concrete and active policies pursued by the government of India. Despite this additional requirement of 13 million tons, the government has not imported anything. This is an important factor which I request honorable members to take into consideration. Then they will appreciate the way in which government has faced the food situation in the country. Certain views have been expressed to the effect that the stock figures given by the government are not correct. I wish to say that we have not given any wrong impression or wrong figures so far as the stock position is concerned. I wish to point out that government was not at all complacent at any time about the food situation in the country. When the fourth plan document was approved of by this House a few years earlier, the target of buffer stock was 5 million tons roughly. If government had been complacent? Why should they have increased this target during the course of the fourth plan itself? We reopened the issue last year when the food situation was relatively comfortable, and we said that a year might come when we might have a setback. There might be erratic behavior of the monsoon, and again we might have some setback to agriculture. So the target of buffer stock, which was put up at 5 million tons in the fourth plan document, which was acclaimed by this house, was reopened by us even before the fourth plan period was complete. If government had been complacent, this would never have been done, but we took into consideration all the pros and cons, and government came to the conclusion that the buffer stock target should be raised. Now, in the fifth plan itself, we are thinking of further increasing these figures. May I submit for the kind consideration of the House that the country's agricultural situation in such that it shall be possible, and we feel confident that government shall be in a position to augment this level of buffer stock during the fifth plan in the years to come from out of our own production and not by imports. So the food position today is much better than it was 6 years earlier. Dear sirs, we are in receipt of your valuable inquiry for supply of hardware materials required in connection with electrification of villages and energizing irrigation pump sets. We are glad to note that your offer has been accepted by the Karnataka Electricity Board, and you have been awarded the works. At the outset, we heartily congratulate you and wish you all success in your new venture. With regard to our establishment, we wish to inform you that we have started our industry some years ago on small scale industry and established ourselves well now. We have been one of the largest suppliers of hardware materials to various divisions and circles of the Karnataka Electricity Board. We are also manufacturing various types of hardware materials required for the above type of contract works. It will not be out of place if we mention here that we supply the hardware materials even outside the state for various electricity boards and electrical contractors. We have enclosed separately our quotation for the supply of materials, which you will find very competitive. Our terms of delivery are free of delivery to the work spot in our transport vehicles, which we are maintaining in good condition. The sales tax and other levies will be extra. We will assure you to deliver the materials to your work spots within 15 days from the date of receipt of orders. 25% of value of materials to be ordered should be paid in advance by way of bank draft obtained in our favor, which should accompany your order. On receipt of your order, along with the advance payment, we will undertake to manufacture and supply the materials required by you. The specification of materials required by you should be given correctly to enable us to manufacture the same in accordance with your specification and design. We do not undertake the responsibility of taking back the goods once supplied or exchange of goods, as the materials will be manufactured according to your specification. We hope that you will find our terms and conditions attractive and place your valuable orders immediately, assuring you of our best services at all times. Yours faithfully. Stop.